Good evening, everyone, for welcome back to another fucking episode in our kingdom of horrible, horrible decisions. I've had what, like a 2 week hiatus that I've been fucking missing. Yeah, a lot of shit's happened. And this is gonna be one of those episodes where we don't really do anything except for catch up on shit. And what I mean by we is Evan, because he's standing on the other side of the phone. So, last time I think we were working on the Camry. So,
Coilovers.
yeah, I think that's the last thing that we did. So I'm gonna turn you around, and we're gonna ask him how things are going with his car. Good evening, good sir.
Hey.
So you've had an opportunity to daily your car a little bit, and you've also had the opportunity to do a 1,300 plus mile road trip. What do you think of the old girl? What's your thoughts on it?
That car is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 1,300 miles, a little over 1,300, from here to Phoenix, and around Phoenix a little, and then back here. The car was fantastic. There was a couple times at a fill up. I check the gas mileage all the time, and it got to like, I think my best record was 30 and a half miles a gallon out of a 200,000 plus mile V6. I'm blown away by that. I'm not surprised by Toyota's awesomeness, but I'm surprised at that kind of gas mileage out of a V6. I guess, I don't know. Anyway, the car did great. It was fantastic. Check engine light came on once though, because the thermostat is stuck open or missing. I don't know yet. But the code was thermostat malfunction. And I was like, well, I already knew that when I got the car, so that's cool, but thanks.
All right. Well, she's running good and doing good. We're gonna check that one off the list. Kinda.
Well, a little more. The coilovers, a little recap. They performed pretty well on the trip too. I had my two middle kids, I'll say, and they were in the back seat for the whole trip and didn't complain about the ride, so that was good.
And while we're on the topic of your vehicles and stuff that you got going on, you want to tell me about this wheel and tire debacle that you got yourself surrounded by here?
We've got a mess, don't we? It's a mess. I don't know. So, while we're kind of on the Phoenix trip story, I had a tire go flat on the way there. In Flagstaff, I was getting gas, and I noticed I had an almost flat tire. The rim wasn't on the ground, but it was a flat tire. So I took it to after getting gas, I found air, and it was at 3 psi. And I was like, well, that's cool. I'm glad I was driving on that. So I aired it up, put all four tires back up to 40, hopefully a little more gas mileage with a higher pressure. Went inside the gas station and got a tube of slime to maybe fix the nail issue I may have had. I wasn't sure. I kind of felt it on the tire and didn't feel anything. So it kept going, and by the time I got to Phoenix, it's not very, very far from Flagstaff to Phoenix. Get there again, the tire's flat again. So I used the slime at a gas station again, filled it up, put the slime in it, whatever. Went to a friend's house that I knew from a long time ago, and it was already low by the time I got to her house. When I left her house, it was flat again. Hobbled it to an O'Reilly's, put a can of Fix-A-Flat in the tire. So now I got slime and Fix-A-Flat in a tire. And after the Fix-A-Flat, it held up fine. And then it felt fine, except for the fact that 60 mile an hour, it had quite the vibration. And I'm guessing that was from the slime settling and being in one spot and being pissed off. So I put my spare on. It was a full-size spare because I didn't want to deal with the vibration. And I picked up these wheels today.
Yes, but why?
Oh, yes. The flat tire wasn't caused by the tire at all. The tire was fine. I don't know if it's fine anymore after being ran flat for however many miles. the wheel was cracked before I bought it and was repaired before I got it. And it was leaking. I looked and I saw like fresh wetness being splooshed out of the wheel where that crack was. So
Yeah, she done for.
the wheel's like done, but it's fixable.
But not worth
But
it.
I don't want to fix it.
So what are these?
So I picked up these wheels today. Good old Facebook Marketplace. Most of the gearheads that watch this will know that these are off of a Dodge Charger. I think it was a 17 Charger, what the dude said. They're a 17-inch wheel. So the wheels that were on the Camry are 17. So I'm just going to take my tires and have them swapped over to these. And I'll have Dodge wheels on my Toyota.
Alright, so there's what's going on with the Camry. Now we are done with the Camry. Let us roll these out of the way real quick, and then we will discuss the other ones. Alright, so under our dinner over here is a set of 16s. These were mine. I have gifted them to him. They are going on the Corolla. That is the next topic. These were on the Crown Victoria. They got me home. Originally, I traded them for a set of catalytic converters, or like universal and not worth anything. They're in decent condition, except for that one. I kind of tore that one apart learning how to do burnouts in the Vic. That was back when she was one-footed. Anyways, these tires are garbage, and they are the wrong size for said car. So, he purchased these. I am not a tire person. I will tell you that right off the bat. I don't do the whole measurement, millimeter, offset backs. That's this fucking guy's thing. I just call him and I make him do it, and he's like, you're ordering this size. We'll talk about that in a minute on this car, because he's already decided what size I'm going on this one. So, what are these?
Cheap. They're cheap. They're eBay specials, but they're race-ish tires. They're pretty. Look, they got lightning bolts in the tread. Look at this. They got lightning bolts.
Lightning.
And
Lightning!
Lightning! Anyway, these. Let's see. What is it? Zestino? Zestino. Grej 07RS. It's a 205 45 16. So it'll fit these wheels really nicely because it's the right size. And they're small.
Down she goes!
And that one doesn't want to be mounted on this, I guess.
Shut the fuck up. Nobody asked you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so this is 2 inches smaller.
I'm gonna have to ask you guys to go back and watch a previous video, because at some point we discussed that fully, because we got into this whole conversation about gear ratio and me doing the opposite thing.
Yeah.
What I would like to add to that conversation is treadwear and go.
Treadwear?
Yes.
140. We're at 140.
Which means what to the educated people?
It means they don't last long. They're soft. 140 treadwear rating on a tire. The passenger car tires can be anywhere from like 300 to, I think I've seen 600 before. That's a long-lasting tire, but it's a harder compound, so it doesn't have as much grip, I guess, but it lasts longer.
That's more like a summer tire.
I guess. I don't know. Just a hard compound, and
Anyways,
maybe an all season. What doesn't matter.
These are sticky.
These are a 140 treadwear, which means they're super soft. Like, I can dig my nail into it and you can see where it went. Because it's still there. It's still there. And it's still there. So, they're nice and soft. They're like already sticky before they're even hot. I'm really excited for these. These are going to be really cool.
So those are going on my black wheels, and they are going on the Corolla. Inside the Corolla, I believe there is some changes that you guys haven't seen because you guys haven't had an update video on Old Girls since November. So what have you done in there?
We did one in January.
Did we? It's in January.
This is middle of March, by the way.
Yeah.
The month and a half. Yeah, a full month and a half has gone by since any updates on the Corolla. If any of you care, you might not.
Did
if you do, you get to learn some stuff about it.
Did you have your seat a month and a half ago?
Yeah, the seat was there and it was mounted.
Okay, well, what else have you?
That's about as far as it went, I think.
Okay, well, what else have you added?
Brakes. I got new brake pads.
Okay.
Better friction material brake pad than the factory style.
And where did you mount your seat belts?
Seat belts?
Yeah.
What are those? I'm just kidding. I got these harnesses from a buddy of mine who's a drag racer. So they're like 3-inch. Are those 3-inch belts?
Yeah, I think so.
I never measured them. I want to find out. Yeah. 3-inch wide belts.
Same as I have in the Vic.
Yeah. And I was able to get 2 bolted to the floor, or seat mounts, or whatever.
The 2 lap belts.
The lap belts. And then I ordered a harness bar on eBay because I'm cheap. And it bolted in. And so I got the shoulder belts wrapped around the harness bar now.
Oh,
It's all pretty and bolted in and solid.
I see your steering wheel sitting up there on the roof. Does that happen to be sitting on glass? Because it looks awful dark inside the car.
Nope. I filled that in. Sunroof is no more.
He did it super fucking nice and legit and like evenly spaced out and everything too, guys. You should be super proud of him. I'm super proud.
Until you look at it at the wrong angle and it's really wonky.
Yeah, you don't look at it at angles.
Just don't look at it from the.
And it's the roof, not the rivet alignment. So it's whatever.
So we got the sunroof filled in with aluminum. That probably saved us. I don't know. What do you think that sunroof weighed? 40 pounds.
Probably.
So that 20-inch by 34, 6, whatever inch, I think that actually weighed less than the steel I cut out from the roof that bolted the sunroof to the roof. There's a lot of weight there.
Piston speed.
Piston speed. Sunroof, harness bar.
What about your trunk?
Trunk's not done, but the trunk hinges are gone. I got hood pins back here now to mount the trunk.
And it does work. We don't need to lift it on here right now, but it does work. What about your wiring and shit that was in the trunk?
Well, there was 2 reverse lights, so that's 4 wires. 2 license plate lights, and that's 4 wires. And a 3rd brake light that I haven't used in a long time, so that's 2 more wires. That's 10 wires. 10. I got that down to 2 wires because
you just kept one license plate light.
One license plate light because the other one went missing, so I just have 1 license plate light and no reverse lights because race car.
It didn't go missing. I threw it away. I'll take blame.
Yeah, that really is probably what happened.
Anyway, so we still got floors and stuff to do. We'll get you an update video on this because I'm actually going to try videotaping this process. So we'll leave that for future discussion.
That'll be fun though. That'll hopefully happen next week or 2. The tires and trunk floor will be done.
Yeah.
And that'll be like done. That'll make the car drivable and almost raceable. As soon as I get these tires on the car,
you can drive.
She can drive and go on the dyno.
Yep.
Which will happen just to see what it's gonna make. There's nothing. It's still a factory engine. There's nothing been done to it. Nothing. Just, I guess you could say intake and exhaust, but that doesn't really do much. I did free up a little power by getting the AC out of there. Forgot about that.
We'll see. Over here in the corner, this is the block. Literally just the block in the main cap from the 305 that could. This is going into storage. I have very, very big plans that I don't wish to discuss.
Wait. Was the 305 that could? It still is the 305 that can.
It's not right now.
It's a 305.
It could be a doorstop right now.
But it's still the 305 that will. Then.
It's the 305 that could be a doorstop. Anyways, I'm not going to talk about this until I actually make shit happen, because that's a lot of money, a lot more time. Let me flip you around. Back at the house, we haven't really gotten jack shit done, to be honest with you. Cleaned the garage, sold some shit out of the backyard. I've been throwing together a motor. If you've ever sat there and looked at your parts pile and been like, I wonder if I could ever fucking build a motor out of all this shit. Yeah, I got to the point where I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to. So I'll include that video right here. Dad's square body, we're going to put the radiator out of the 2010 Camaro into, and we're also going to put the seats out of the Camaro into it. The Camaro is no longer around because I sold it to acquire a new project car that I didn't think that I would ever be having the ability or opportunity to own. Yes, it has 4 doors. No, I do not care. Let me get Evan a cigarette. We'll flip you around and show you this thing. This guy's over here fucking talking about date codes on tires. I swear he's obsessed. Anyways, this is my new to me 1965 Chevy Nova. Woo! And I am absolutely in love. Now this side is a little rough just because of the front fender. And the core support got a little bit of damage, and so did the balance panel. But the rest of the car, the rest of the way back, is straight as can be. The roof is straight as can be, and the trunk, although being used for storage right now, and somebody tried to mock up a stupid ass fin. Spoiler. Wing! Whatever. Wing! Anything but wing to piss him off right now. The hood survived, and the other side of the car is just as straight. So, the story I got is some kid had it parked next to a concrete pole, thought he had it in reverse, and he had it in first, and he popped the clutch and slammed it into a pole. So, that's how that happened. That's only like $500 worth of new parts, so that's not a big deal. The big deal is I can find parts for this thing. Like, oh my God, easy. Okay? And second of all, it's a classic Chevy. How fucking cool is that? And then if Evan would do the honors, you want to pop the hood, bro? Because this is not a V8 car.
I don't like you can pop the hood on it. She groans. She's not happy about it, but she'll do it.
Behold! Behold! The 230 cubic inch inline 6 goodness. This car, actually, believe it or not, I've owned it a couple weeks and I haven't fucking touched it, but I crawled it around a little bit. It is an impeccable. There we go. That's the fucking word I'm looking for. It's impeccable. Wow.
Nope.
Error cannot find. It is in impeccable shape for what it is. Like, all of the wiring is super sound. And like it hasn't been beaten up. The AC, it was not AC. It wasn't an AC car. The heater has been removed for whatever reason.
Because race car.
Because race car. But everything else is super intact and super stock. It is a 3-speed car. It used to be a 3-speed on the column. Somebody has converted it to 3-speed on the floor. The dash is also 100. Oh yeah, I can't open that fucking door because of the fender. Yeah, boy. Don't mind me. The dash is also uncut, unmolested. The floors, although you can't see them, are in good condition. All of this shit works And I would assume that the gauges work and the tack works. It doesn't have speakers. There's a floor shifter. Original steering wheel. These seats are kind of interesting. The back, I just pulled the seats out. They weren't bolted down or anything. The back is also very solid. And there's no key to the trunk, so I look through there and there's nothing really of interest. But this is going to be my next daily at some point when I figure it out. Working on getting the money together to get shit fixed on this. It won't take too much. This is a time over money project for sure. You spend a little bit of money and you spend a whole lot of fucking time. On top of that, you guys saw that I just refurbished a set of 305 heads at home. They are going on this guy's truck. And we also have an air gap intake that's going on it, and an aluminum spacer instead of a phenolic one, and different valve covers. We are hoping that that engine has flat top pistons. If it has flat top pistons, that should be a 10.5 to 1 engine. It should put down pretty good. So
yeah.
I think you guys are pretty caught up. Get this out to you guys. I know it's not the greatest video, but it's fucking something. So have a good night. God bless, and we will talk to you soon for one of these fucking 17 projects that we got going on. Bye! Bye.